Well, we cover that in the International Forecaster, and I frequently talk about it on the radio. And for those of you who'd like to get a copy, the International Forecaster is about business, finance, economics, and social and political issues all over the world. We publish on Wednesdays and Saturdays. It runs about 40 pages each time. We have a hard copy for those who are not on the internet, and that goes out twice a month. You can get a free copy by going to theinternationalforecaster.com, theinternationalforecaster.com, or www.intforecaster.com, intforecaster.com. For those of you who would like to ask a question, we answer everyone. And that address is Bob, B-O-B, at intforecaster.com. Bob at intforecaster.com. Or you can call toll-free 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178. And they have a very special deal there for those of you who would like to become subscribers. It's a free subscription. And you should look into it. It's a very, very good deal. The best I've ever seen. And so with that, I will say that the most important thing to do, I think, because of the state of the economy, is to make sure that you have freeze-dried and dehydrated foods, so that if you get out of a job, you'll be able to eat, and a water filter and something to defend your family. And then if you have extra money, you can buy gold and silver coins and shares. That's the only safe place to be. And gold and silver continues to go higher and higher. And all the experts say it's going to go down, and they're wrong each and every day. And but that's not unusual. When they all go in one direction, I go in the other. Tried and true. But anyway, the future is a little cloudy here because we got a lot of new people in Congress. Who knows what they're going to do? Hopefully they'll do what we want them to do, but we don't know for sure. But the elections were a big win for the American people. The people who were in office were not doing what they should have been doing, and passing legislation by shoving it down the public's throats, legislation that they didn't want. It's going to destroy entire industries. And not that the group that was in before them was a heck of a lot better, but we've got enough to change. And so what has to happen is that we have to get Congress to do what we want it to do, and if they won't do it, they'll have a revolution. There's nothing unusual, difficult, mystical. It's going to happen if they don't do what they're supposed to do. It's as simple as that.
I would say that you're correct on that, but I also don't believe that I believe they're preparing for that. That's what all of these exercises are. This is what this domestic terrorism thing is, homegrown terrorism. They're talking about, again, the war on terror, I've said, is a war against anybody, anywhere in the world that doesn't want to go along with one world government of the bankers, by the bankers, and for the bankers, and they got the money and they got the guns. So they are planning on us rebelling, aren't they?
I would think so, yes. I think the missing link for them is the military. And they all know what's going on. And they're not going to go along with that program. They are not going to do that. And I know I talked to lots and lots of them.
The ADL and the Southern Poverty Law have already targeted the oath keepers. Now, I've been saying that for 15 years. I've been saying I took an oath to defend the Constitution in 1964. There was no expiration date on that oath. And so oath keepers popped up, and they've done a pretty good job, but they have been demonized by the ADL and Southern Poverty Law very heavily now. And now they're trying to use me and the militia connection to demonize the Tea Parties too. So I would say they absolutely understand everything that's going on and what's coming, and maybe that's the reason Obama took that many people out of the country with him. Maybe they are planning on some type of false flag attack here that will stir the people up. Now, whether it's against the illegals, whether it's against the Muslims, or whether it's just against the Christians. I mean, Christians are being demonized right and left in the mainstream media, aren't they?
Well, they certainly are. And it'll never stop, because it's an easy thing to do. You know, pit one type of Christian against another, and then against the Muslims and the Jews, and you know, it's an age-old story. You just don't fall for it. You don't listen to them. You say, hey, get lost. We don't believe that stuff.
The oldest strategy of warfare in the world is divide and conquer, and that's what's happening. Oh, I'm a Republican. Oh, I'm a Democrat. Oh, I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. I'm a Christian. I'm a Jew. You know, I'm a Muslim. It's divide and conquer. It's again, you had it right earlier. You referred to it as balkanization. And now on the chat room, the Papa Bear says, I don't think the U.S. people have the will. He said, I have listened to this for 30 years and I don't see it coming. God help us. And by the way, folks, today and tomorrow, the bankers are at Jekyll Island commemorating the creation of the Federal Reserve. Probably we don't have a national holiday for that.
I don't know why they didn't invite us.
They could have sent me a plane ticket. I would. I mean, if we can move army to India, you know, to protect Obama, you'd think they could have sent a Free American an invite to Jekyll Island. I think that would have been nice.
Well, you could have maybe invited Morris Dees, and you could have sat down and had a nice talk together.
That would be interesting. No, I've had Zionists on my shows before, and I've had Israelis on my show. My God, I mean, I had Gilad Atzmon from Israel. He came on my show, and he's been doing some good work, hasn't he?
You know, because people disagree about things, that doesn't mean they have to hate each other. No, it doesn't mean that they're wrong about everything. You get together and you talk about it. If you disagree, that's okay. And if somebody gets militant about it, then you put them in their place. And if they want to have a war, well, you have a war. Not much you can do about it.
Do you see a war coming? I mean, that's any time we really start getting down, it's like to stimulate the economy, we got to start a war. We've been doing that for about the last 60 years, haven't we?
Well, we've been doing it a lot longer than that. But yes, they have a war every time they want to distract people, and they want to put them in a position where government can control them. Pretty simple. And they'll have another war if they think they can get away with it, or they need one. Maybe that's why they didn't have a war with Iran. Maybe they're saving it for next week or next year or the year after. I don't know.
You reach a lot of people with the International Forecaster. And by the way, folks, it's right under, you click on Bob's name, Bob Chapman.